The following is a special presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. My little spoon fell away. Last night, the California Angels took a 5-1 lead in the latter stages of their opening game against the Detroit Tigers in this battle of American League leaders, and it didn't go well for the Angels. First, Kirk Gibson put the Tigers on the board with a solo shot, his fifth, to make it 1-0, and then the Angels stormed through. Doug DeCinces, a solo shot in the second. Don Baylor, an RBI single in the third, and then 3 runs in the fourth. On 3 solo shots, Doug DeCinces, Tim Foley, and Brian Downing made it 5-1 California. But back came the Tigers. Chet Lemon with a sac fly in the 7th made it 5-2. Kirk Gibson with a single scored Lou Whitaker to make it 5-3. And in the bottom of the 9th, after Jerry Turner singled home Alan Trammell, Kirk Gibson wins the game with a 2-run shot. Detroit 6, California 5. The Angels bullpen can't give Ken Forrest a win, and Underwood and Tobin get it for Detroit. Right now, the Tigers are 29-8 and cruising in the American League East. Today, on this makeup day, it's the California Angels and the Detroit Tigers. As Retro Sports Network presents a Saturday baseball special between the California Angels and the Detroit Tigers. From Tiger Stadium in Detroit, it is Artie Moreno pitching for the Angels and Jack Morris pitching for the Tigers. I wonder who's favored. On a rainy afternoon in Tiger Town. Why, hi there, everybody. I'm Ron Juckett. Welcome to ID Jester, who's got to run, but back maybe to watch the end, and Dale Lonsdale, who said such nice things about my interview with ID from the other night. Thanks for joining, and haven't seen you in a while, Dale. Hope you're doing well. I think we got a good one for you today. We have the best team in the American League's East, the Tigers, who are 29-8 coming into this makeup game. This is supposed to be Thursday afternoon. Things happen in real life, and so we really didn't get the chance to play this until today. Against the California Angels, the Angels were riding high in first place, but they've scuffled this week on the East Coast. They did not play well against Milwaukee, and the Tigers, as you saw in the open, came back from a 5-1 deficit to win 6-5 last night. So, how does this leave the standings? We can show you. On the handy-dandy stat board, the Tigers have won 9 of 10, and they have a 5-game lead over Baltimore, who has caught fire. They're playing 6:49 ball, but the Orioles are still 5 games out of first place. The Tigers are just en fuego. They have a run differential of 116. The Angels had a 5-game lead at one point, and then have dropped 5 straight. The White Sox have won 4 straight, and have won 7 of their last 10. So the West has now become a race. It's a 1-game lead between California and Chicago the week before Memorial Day. In the National League, Montreal with a 6-game lead, and the Dodgers with a 5-game lead over San Francisco. You'll see the Dodgers twice next week. Once against the Pirates, and the next time against the Cubs. So Jack Morris is on the hill for the Tigers. He is 7-1 on the year with 2.48 ERA. In 76 innings, he's allowed 62 hits, 8 home runs. This is his 10th start. And if you're a fan of non-girly man baseball as far as complete games, well, Jack has completed 6 of his 9 previous starts. His last time out there was a complete game. A 9-inning, 5-hitter against the Oakland Athletics on May 18th. So he's coming off 3 days rest. 2 runs, both earned. He walked 1 and struck out 4. So Sparky's ace has only walked 20 and struck out 24. And as I said, carries a 2.48 ERA. The lineup he'll face for the Angels, Brian Downing. Where's Harper going? I think Harper's going to Philadelphia. Brian Downing will lead off for the Angels in left field. Rod Carew is at first, batting second. Bobby Grich, the second baseman, will bat third. Reggie Jackson, the right fielder, cleans up. Don Baylor, the DH, will bat fifth for the Angels. Freddie Lynn is in center field. He'll hit sixth. Doug DeCenza, the third baseman, will bat seventh. Tim Foley, the shortstop, will bat eighth. And Joe Ferguson, the catcher, will bat ninth. Bob Boone has the day game off after the night game. Defensively for the Tigers, Larry Herndon is an 8-5 in left. Kurt Gibson, last night's big hero, 2 homers and 3 RBI, including the walk-off, a 6-6 in center. Chet Lemon, a 5-9 in right. Tom Brookins, a 5 at third. Alan Trammell, a 9 at short. Lou Whitaker, a 7 at second. Enos Cabell, a 2 at first. He's not very good defensively, but can hit. And Lance Parrish behind the plate. He's a 5 and 8. He does. This is from the 1982 set of pictures from PCBaseball.com. So Brian Downing steps to the plate. 234, 6 homers, and 14 RBI. Morris came up, by the way, in the 78 season and really came into his own as a starter in 1980. But yeah, that's a young Jack Morris. Not a lot of hair there. So Downing's ready, Morris is ready, and we're ready. And the first pitch is ball 4. Obviously not the first pitch. So Downing draws a full count, walk high and away. And that'll bring up Rod Carew. Rod was hitting over 400 and is now down to 375 with 16 RBI. Here's the pitch, Carew. Fly ball to right. Lemon has it. 1 out. Downing, of course, will hold, and that'll bring up Bobby Grich. Bobby at 248. 6 home runs and 24 RBI. Pitch from Morris is a little liner right to Whitaker. For the easy out, Downing stands on first, and there's 2 out for 1, Reggie Jackson. Reggie at 306. 10 home runs and 26 RBI. California still 25 and 16. But their big lead that they had over the White Sox has been erased. It's down just 1 game. Pitch to Reggie. Fly ball to right center. Back goes Gibson, and he'll turn and watch it go. A mammoth upper deck shot for Reggie, and the Angels get up 2-0. His 11th shot of the year. And let's watch that again. That was just hammered, 400 plus feet in the right center. The problem is that you got the Tigers ace, that's who you want to do it with. But the pitcher for the Angels is not considered all that great. So here's Don Baylor at 238, 9 homers and 27 RBI. Baylor popped up. Trammell and Whitaker go for it. Trammell calls for it, and that retires the side. 2 runs to hit and no errors. Angels draw first blood. They get it on the board with 2, with the Tigers coming right up. This is 2019 version of Action PC Baseball. It is raining, and so that puts the pitchers into doubt as far as how long they can go. It's 74 degrees. The winds are blowing out to right center at 4. But it's not a light rain, it's a steady rain, and the 25,000 or so here at Tiger Stadium are bundled up. So it's Angel Moreno on the hill for the Angels. He's 0-4 on the year, 5.58 ERA. In 40 innings, he's allowed 57 hits, including 6 home runs. This is his last start of the year. Everything else will come out of the pen for him. He pitched well in his last time out, kind of. He pitched 7 2/3 against the Yankees on May 12th, so he hasn't gone in 10 days. 6 hits, 5 runs, all earned. He walked 4 and struck out 1. So as I said, 40 1/3 innings, 57 hits, including 6 home runs, 28 runs, 25 earned. walked 15 and struck out 14. And he's 0-4. The lineup he will face: Jeff Lemon will lead off in right field. Enos Cabell will bat second. Kirk Gibson, last night's hero, will bat third. Mike Ivey is your DH and he cleans up. I don't know what Sparky is thinking. Larry Herndon will bat fifth. Lance Parrish will hit sixth. Tom Brookins, seventh. Alan Trammell, eighth. Lou Whitaker, ninth. That would take a monster shot for sure, Dale, to hit one out of Tiger Stadium. Defensively for the Angels, Brian Downing is a 6-3 in left. Freddie Lynn is 7-5 in center. Reggie's arm is still good at the 6, but his range isn't. That's a 3. Doug DeCinces, the best defender in the infield, at 9 at third. Tim Foley is 6 at short. Bobby Grinch is 7 at second. And Ron Carew can still hold his own at first. He's a 7. Joe Ferguson, a 4 and a 6 as Chester Lemon steps up. 364, 5 homers, and 26 RBI. Tigers trail 2-0. Moreno delivers, and it's a fly ball to center. Lynn, 1 out. That's how you want to start. Enos Cabell at 289, a homer and 15 RBI. Moreno's pitch, got him. He swung on and missed a 1-2 off-speed pitch, and there's 2 quick outs for Moreno here in the first. And that'll bring up Kirk Gibson, who only hit 8 homers and 266 at-bats in the real season. He has 6 on the replay, hitting 268, 6 homers, and 23 RBI. And is riding a 7-game hitting streak. Here's the pitch. Chopper to third. DeCinces, long throw to Carew. And they got him. So the side is retired in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. We played 1 at Tiger Stadium. It's the Angels 2, Detroit nothing. So Freddie Lynn, Doug DeCinces, and Tim Foley will bat here for the Angels in the second. Freddie at 328. 4 homers and 11 RBI. Having a good start to the year. Morris is pitching. Ball 4. So Lynn draws a fastball down and away on a 3-1 count, and that brings up DeCinces. Doug at 272. 9 homers and 22 RBI. Pitch from Morris. There's a fly ball to left. Herndon is there for the out. Brings up Tim Foley. Good hitting shortstop, 315. A homer, 7 doubles, and 16 RBI. So we hope to get back to our normal schedule next week. Tuesday we'll see the Dodgers and the Pirates at noon. Wednesday night in prime time, the Dodgers and the Cubs from Wrigley. It is kind of ironic you do a primetime game from daylight Wrigley Field. And then Thursday, we got ourselves a doubleheader at noontime. It'll be the Toronto Blue Jays and Baltimore Orioles. From Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, those are the teams in second and third place in the American League East. Brookins and Cabell come into play for the possible bunt here. Pitch from Morris. Foley swings it right back to the middle. Only throw is to first. Cabell is covering, not in time. So Foley takes advantage of that thick foliage in the infield on the grounder, and now beat out an infield hit. Second hit for the Tigers, and here's Joe Ferguson. Joe is 0 for 17 on the year with 7 strikeouts. So Jack Morris has to like his odds here. Here's the pitch, fly ball, right center, Gibson for the out. That's 2. And then I'll bring up Brian Downing, who walked and scored his first time up on the Jackson homer. Morris, through his first 9 batters, not so efficient, 45 pitches, hitting in 2/3, 2 hits, including the home run. Walked 2 and didn't strike out anybody. So Morris is ready, so is Downing. Here's the pitch. fly ball to left. Back goes Herndon, and that will be off the wall. Little score. Foley will round third. And score as Downing holds at second, and the Angels are up 4-0. And Jack Morris, who was 7-1 going into this, is being Christmas treed this afternoon in the rain. Yes, he did in 88. Was the MVP, Dale, in 88 in the National League. Finished his career, I believe, with the Tigers. So here's Ron Carew. Ron is 0-1. Morris delivers. Struck him out. He got it to chase a 1-2 pitch for strike 3. 2 more runs on 2 hits and no errors. He didn't get a half in the books. Angels 4, Tigers nothing. So Mike Ivy at 263, 4 homers and 12 RBI. Moreno deals, and that's popped up. Lynn comes in to play it, 1 out. Rich came out, but Lynn came in, and it doesn't matter, it's still a catch. And here comes Larry Herndon. Larry at 314, 9 homers and 37 RBI. Moreno deals, and there's a fly ball to left. Downing, 2 out. Don't know why the crowd's cheering that. There's Lance Parrish. Lance at 338, 3 homers and 19 RBI. Pitch from Artie, ball 4. I'm sorry. Artie's the current owner. So Parrish, the first base runner for the Tigers. He drew a 3-1 pitch high and away. And that'll bring up Tom Brookins at 268, 2 homers and 7 RBI. 2 out, 4-0 Angels. Pitch to Brookins, ball 4. So the Tigers are in business here with 2 out in the second. 3-1 was in tied, and here comes Alan Trammell, who is scuffling at 224, a homer and 15 RBI. Moreno gets his sign from Ferguson, and Trammell hits this one up the middle. Base hit! Parrish will score. Brookins goes to third. There goes the no-hitter, and it's 4-1. Yep. Ivy is a former Padre, that's for sure. So Lou Whitaker at 321, 5 homers and 23 RBI. Tigers get on the board. So Moreno has walked 2 and given up a hit here in the second. 2 out. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to Foley. Goes across to Carew, and that retires the side. But the Tigers are on the board. They strand 2, 1 run, a hit, no errors. After 2, it's the Tigers trailing the Angels 4-1. It'll be Gritch, Reggie, and Baylor go up here for the Angels here in the third. Morris already at 52 pitches. Bobby's 0-1. And the pitch from Morris is a little liner right to Trammell. He was almost on the grass to make it, but he got it, and there's 1 out for Reggie. Now is 11 home runs and 28 RBI. And yep, there's a big reason why he's got a smile on his face. Escape from the deadbeat Yankees and flying high on the West Coast. Here's the pitch from Morris, ball 4. So Reggie takes a full count, pitch outside, and he walked. That's the 3rd walk for Morris, and here's Don Baylor, who's 0-1. Baylor popped out his first time up. Pitch from Morris is a little looper in the center, goes back to Gibson, and he makes the catch. That was not a little looper run. And Jackson will hold for 2 out. For Freddie Lynn, who walked and scored his first time up. Morris not really himself this afternoon. That happens once in a while. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. That's the 4th walk and 7th base runner in 2 2/3 innings for Jack. Here's Doug DeCince, who's 0-1. So the Angels 4, the Tigers 1. 2 outs, top of the 3rd. Saturday afternoon special. Tomorrow we'll have basketball for you. The Lakers hosting the Kansas City Kings. And we're shooting for that one right at noontime. Which the Sensei popped up right center. Gibson gets it to retire to the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 2.5, it is California 4, Detroit 1. So let's see if the Tigers can chip away again. Top of the lineup, Chet Lemon is 0 for 1. Moreno, through 2 innings, has faced 9 batters. Allowed a hit, walked 2, struck out 1, and has an earned run on the board. On-hill pitches, ball 4. You don't want to start walking these Tiger leadoff hitters, even though Lemon isn't going anywhere. That's the 3rd walk, and here's Cabell. He struck out the first time up. Gibby on deck. Here's the pitch. Cabell hits a ground ball to Gritch. Toffoli for 1. Long throw to Carew. Call it 2. They got him. They just barely got him. And that's why you call it the pitcher's best friend. So 4-6-3 on the double play, and then we'll bring up Kirk Gibson. Who's 0 for 1. Dale, are you from California? Pitch to Gibson. Ground ball to DeCinca at 3rd. Over to Carew, and that retires the side. Moreno breathes a sigh of relief. No runs, no hits, no errors. We played 3. Angels 4, Tigers 1. Tim Foley, look at the right side. Joe Ferguson, and then Brian Downing here for the Angels in the 4th. Timmy's 1 for 1. He singled and scored. Morris delivers, and there's a little liner that Gibson gets for the out. 1 out. So Morris finding a bit of a groove here. Here's Joe Ferguson. He's now 0 for 18 on the year. Here's the pitch. Little liner at Trammell at short, and 2 out. So Morris will take that. This is not going to be a complete game for Jack. He's at 82 pitches through 18 batters. 3 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs all earned, including the homer from Reggie. And he's walked 4 and struck out 1. Downing, 1 for 1. He has walked and had the 2-run double. Pitch from Morris. There's a ground ball base hit left side. Downing is on. And that's a 2-out single. 4th hit for the Angels. And that will bring up Rod Carew, who's 0 for 2. With a strikeout. Morris, 2 outs here in the 4th. 4-1 California. Here's the pitch. Downing grows. Whittaker over the 2nd for the easy 4th. Go 4-6 on the field of choice, and that retires the side. We have played 3.5. It's the Angels 4, the Tigers 1. And it will be the former Padre, Mike Ivy, to lead off here with Herndon and Parrish ready to go. Angel Moreno, if he can stay away from the walks, has not allowed a lot of hits today. Just the 1 for the Tigers. Pitch from Moreno, and there's a fly ball to left. Downing tracks it down in the corner for the out. Brings up Larry Herndon, who's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Fly ball left center. Back goes Lyndon Downing, and Downing says, "I got it." 2 out for Lance Parrish, who walked and scored his first time up. That was the first base runner for the Tigers. Moreno deals, and Parrish hits this one into left center. Downing, that's the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. If you're in the chat, say hi. After 4, California 1, the California 4, the Tigers 1. It'll be Bobby Gritch, Reggie Jackson, and Don Baylor. Bobby's 0 for 2. Morris is ready. Here's the pitch. Gritch. Fly ball to left center. Gibson goes back and watches it go. It's a home run. It hit off the facing of the second deck, and it's 5-1 California. That did not look gone off the bat. Gritch just got into it, and that might have hit the support in the first deck. Doesn't matter. It's a home run. It's Gritch's 7th, and the Angels are taking it to town on Jack Morris, 5-1. So here's Reggie Jackson. He has walked and homered. 2-run shot in the first. And Morris's rope is starting to run rather short here. Here's the pitch to Reggie. Base hit left side. And he's going to get 2 on the play as Gibson was late getting there. And it rolled all the way to the wall. And Reggie's on with a double. So here's Don Baylor. Don is 0 for 2. Morris delivers. Gets away from Parrish, and Jackson goes to third. It has scored a wild pitch. And the Angels, remember, they got up 5-1 last night and lost. So it's not over by a long shot, but for the Tigers, they got to be pretty disappointed that Jack Morris has been taken to the cleaners this afternoon. 78 degrees, the wind is blowing out to right at 5. There's an old name, Dave Gardner. How are you? And it is raining, and it's raining kind of borderline hard. So the Tigers would like it to rain right now. Pitch to Baylor is a ground ball, liner foul left side. And someone from Saginaw will take that one home. Don is 0 for 2. Full count pitch. There's a fly ball to center. Gibson comes in. Trammell goes out. And Reggie's going to score on the sac fly because Gibson got it. And Jackson just had it timed perfectly. Gibby has an okay arm. It was shallow, and Reggie just dared him, and Gibby said no. 6-1 California with 1 out. And Morris is steaming on the mound. He can't believe Gibby didn't try to make the throw. Here's Fred Lynn. He's walked twice and scored once. Pitch from Jack. Fly ball to left. Herndon in the corner. Got it. 2 out. For Doug DeCince, a big out there. Morris is just kicking the mound, looking out there at Gibson. That's like 2 pulls in a china shop right there. DeCince is 0 for 2. 6-1 California, top the 5th. Morris delivers, got him! He swung on and missed on a 1-2 pitch, and that will retire the side. Halfway home here at Tiger Stadium, the Angels 6, the Tigers 1. And there's your pitching stats halfway home. I know Clinton likes those. And here's your in-game box score. Who would have thought that Angel Moreno would have outpitched Jack Morris? And there's your kind of in-game replay. 2 homers. Reggie just smashed one to make it 2-0. So there you go. So Moreno is out for the 5th. Brookins, Trammell, and Whitaker for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 5th. Thomas walked his first time up. Here's the pitch. Laces that one foul, third base side. The count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. So I can't see Morris going much further. 1-2 the count. Moreno deals. Brookins swings and misses, strike 3. That's the 2nd strikeout for Moreno. And there's 1 out for Trammell, who is 1 for 1. He has a single and an RBI. Popped up. Ferguson takes off the mask. Not a lot of room here. And he makes the catch for the 2nd out. There really isn't. In fact, the crowd is so close. On the nights, you could sit there on a quiet night at Tiger Stadium at the plate, and you could hear Ernie Harwell without the radio. That's how close it was. You could reach out. In fact, I believe the bottom of this picture, no, I think they were a little bit closed, but it was chicken wire, and you could hear them all call the game. There's Whitaker. He's 0 for 1. Moreno deals, and there's a base hit to deep right center field and gone. Whitaker smashes that one, and the Tigers get 1 back. His 6th of the year, and a 1-2 pitch that was hammered to right center. And it's now 6-2. Here it is again. Whittaker just got all of that one, and Lynn had no chance at all. And so the Tigers have 2 on the board, but they trail 6-2. So Moreno threw 18 batters, 4 2/3 innings, 2 hits, the homer. He has walked 3 and struck out 2 and has thrown 66 pitches. Chet Lemon is 0 for 1 with the walk. Flew out to start the game. Hits this one into left center. That's a base hit, if not more. Lemon will hold it first with a single. The Tigers now have 1 on and 2 out. For Enos Cabell is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Here's the pitch. Fly ball to left. Downing in the corner. Makes the catch to retire the side. Tigers get 1 here in the bottom of the 5th on 2 hits and no errors. After 5, California 6, Detroit 2. So Morris wants to keep going. He's put on 10 base runners through 5 innings. Here's Tim Foley 1 for 2. He has scored a run, and that hit was a single. Pitch from Jack. Fly ball. Left side. Brookins. 1 out. So Ferguson's 0 for 2. Morris could use a 1-2-3 inning here. Here's the pitch. Ferguson into right center. Back goes Gibson, and that will be off the wall. Ferguson is going to hold at second. That's his first hit of the year on this May 22nd. It's raining pretty steady right now, 80 degrees, barely any wind, and Joe Ferguson takes a deep breath as he was in with a stand-up double. So through 27 batters, Morris, 5 1/3 innings, 7 hits. The 2 home runs, Jackson and Grich. 6 runs all earned. He has walked 4 and struck out 2. Parrish goes out. Morris tells him to get his butt back behind the plate. Pitch to Downing. Fly ball to right into foul territory. And someone from Grand Rapids has that. So the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Morris delivers. Fly ball to left. Herndon has it. Ferguson goes back to second and will hold 2 out. Rod Carew, the batter. Rod is 0 for 3. Struck out once. Cooling off a bit. Was hitting over 400. Now is sitting at 366. Morris delivers, and Carew slaps that one into right field in front of Lemon. Ferguson will score from second. It's 7-2, and out comes Sparky. He's seen enough. He has seen enough, and Morris kind of hems and haws. But 7, this has not been a good night. Dave Tobik pitched yesterday. Pitching righty, lefty, righty. Larry Pasnick, who has thrown way too many innings already, will get the call in 45 innings. He is 4-1 on the year with an ERA of 2. He is good for 65 pitches, which might be enough to get him through the rest of the game. This is his 3rd relief appearance. He has made 6 starts and finished 1 game. In the month of May, he's 3-0 with an ERA of 1.21. His last time out was, look at that smile. What a pretty smile. He went the distance against the Twins last Sunday. 9 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, only 1 earned. Walked 2 and struck out 3. So in 45 innings, 35 hits, 3 home runs, 15 runs, 10 earned. He's walked 12 and struck out 14. And Haas comes in with Carew on first and 2 out here in the top of the 6th. Bobby Grich homered in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 3. Ground ball to third. Brookins, long throw to Cabell. And he got it. So the Angels took 1 more on the board to chase Jack Morris. Can't win it. Took the second loss, however. A run on 2 hits and no errors. After 5.5. California 7, Detroit 2. Who didn't last long? Morris, no. 7. Leave it on the pitchers. The book on Morris is a trashy romance novel. 5 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs, all earned. The 2 homers, Jackson and Grich just palmed him. 4 walks and 2 strikeouts. He threw 130 pitches, and only 75 of them were strikes. So he's looking at going 7-2 now on the year. So it'll be Gibby, Mike Ivy, and Larry Herndon. So Gibby was 0 for 2. Pitch from Moreno is a ground ball that's going to get through the infield for a base hit in the left center. And so the Tigers had the leadoff man on here in the top of the 6th for Mike Ivy, who's 0 for 2. Moreno at 80 pitches. Delivers. Ivy, little looper in the right. Jackson is there. 1 out. And now bring up Larry Herndon, who's 0 for 2. 2 hard fly balls for Larry, but nothing to show for it. That one's going to fall in front of Reggie. Gibson will hold at second. Going to hold at second. Hoping that Moreno starts to tire. This Angels bullpen is not good. Not really at all. And so Lance Parrish is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Remember, back to hopefully normal schedule for next week. Tuesday at lunch, Dodgers and Pirates from Three Rivers. Wednesday night, kind of an oxymoron game. It's the Dodgers and Cubs from Wrigley in prime time. And the stadium with no lights. Please bring your batteries, ever-readies, Energizers, and Duracells at the door. And then Thursday, an old-fashioned doubleheader for you from Saturday night. It's the Blue Jays and the Orioles playing 2, chasing the Detroit Tigers for 29-8. Parrish gets away from Ferguson. The runners move up 90. And down that wild pitch, Parrish now has 2 in scoring position. So he's 0 for 1. He has walked and scored. 7-2 Angels on a 2-2 count from Angel Moreno. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. And so they are loaded. They are loaded for Tom Brookins, who was 0 for 1. He has walked and struck out. How you doing, Rob? Exclamation point. So the Tigers are in business, and the Angels are just kind of watching this fall apart in front of their eyes. Pitch from Moreno is a ground ball past Carew. Gibson will score. Carew picks it up. Everyone else will hold. Carew kicked it. He couldn't get the glove down, and he kicked it. And so that's an error, and now the tying run is at the plate for Alan Trammell, who was 1 for 2. He has singled and driven in a run. And Tiger Stadium is buzzing. And the rain is now down to a light rain. So I'm not sure if the ball was wet or what, but Carew went to go down for it and came up with mud. Moreno deals, and Trammell hits this one into left. That goes down, and that's going to be caught. Herndon will score. The throw goes into third. It's now 7-4. So a sac fly for Brookins, and the Tigers have made this a game. If you weren't with us in the opening, California led 5-1 at one point last night and lost. Kirk Gibson walked it off in the 9th with a 2-run homer, 6-5. California was up here 5-1, and now it's 7-4, 2 outs in the 6th. Here's Whittaker. He homered to right center his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Here's the pitch, and that nailed him. Oh, ho, ho. Whittaker exchanges looks with Moreno, and again, they are loaded for Chet Lemon. So Moreno, I'm surprised Gene Locke hasn't tried to pull him yet. Computer runs the visiting team. Moreno threw 27 batters, 99 pitches, 5 2/3 innings, 5 hits. The homer by Whittaker Right now, only 3 of the 4 Tiger runs are earned. He has walked 4 and struck out 2. Lemon 1 for 2 with a walk. Here's the pitch. Ball 4, and Parrish will score. Lemon wedges the walk, and that's the 5th walk for Moreno. It's 7-5, and here comes Enos Cabell, who is 0 for 3. We're venturing into Clinton Park's Cardiac Theater here. Moreno deals. Cabell, base hit left field. Brookins will score. Whittaker will score. And we are tied at 7. The Tigers have come all the way back to tie this puppy at 7. And I don't know what the computer is thinking. Here comes Kirk Gibson. Kirk is 1 for 3. He has singled and scored. There's 2 out. You're right, Rob. There should be a pitching change. There is not. And Gibson draws the walk. And they still won't come get Moreno. Moreno is just kind of staring at Gene Mark and saying, what does it take? Mike Ivey is 0 for 3. He's flown out to shallow center, flew out to left field, and lined out to right. 7 up here in the 6th. Bottom of the 6th, 2 out. They're loaded. Lemon on 3rd, Cabell on 2nd, Gibby on 1st. Pitch to Ferguson goes out to calm Moreno down because Moreno wants out. Here's the pitch. Line drive right to Foley to retire the side. But the Tigers, no, I'm playing just the Tigers. The computer makes decisions on the visiting teams. So the Tigers get 5 on 3 hits and an error. After 6. Stick around. I think we got ourselves another good one. It's California 7, Detroit 7. The only time I play the road team in a baseball game is if I'm playing the Red Sox, and then the computer can play the home team. But just trying to make things fair and play the home team. But, man, that's brutal. But remember, as I said, the Angels blew a 5-1 lead last night with their pen. And they've blown a 5-1 lead this afternoon. Here's Reggie. He is 2 for 2. He has walked, he has doubled, and he has hit a home run. Larry Pashnik's pitch is a liner past Cabell right to Chet Lemon for the out. So Baylor and Lynn are up. Don is 0 for 2 with an RBI. One of those being a sac, the RBI coming on a sac fly. Herndon, Parrish, and Brookins for the Tigers in the bottom half of this inning. Pitch from Pashnik. Fly ball to left. Baylor put a charge into that one, but Herndon will track it down. 2 out. So Freddie Lynn, the batter. Freddie has walked twice, scored once, and it's 0 for 1. He delivers. There's a ground ball to Trammell. Over to Cabell. Has to hurry. Not in time. So Lynn with a good set of wheels beat it out. And now bring up Doug DeCinces, who is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. The Tigers at one point today trailed 5-1, but they put 5 on the board in the 6th to make it 7-7. Pitch to DeCinces. There goes Lynn. The throw down, and Lynn is out. And finally, we got ourselves a pitching change. Andy Hassler comes in. Andy is 2-0 on the year with a 1.57 ERA. And Moreno, as he went back down the dugout, had words. He was done. And Mark didn't do the job. So this will be Hassler's 18th appearance on the year. He last pitched on Thursday. 2/3 of an inning against Milwaukee. He walked 1 and struck out 1. He's allowed 23 innings. He's allowed 17 hits, a home run. 4 runs total, walked 11 and struck out 12. Good for 35 pitches. That should get you 2 innings. So bottom of the 7th, it's Herndon, Parrish, and Brookins in a 7-7 tie. Pitch to Herndon is 1 for 3. Ground ball through the whole right side, base hit. That brings up Lance Parrish. He has walked twice and scored twice. He is 0 for 1. Hassler deals. Harris slams this one to left and gone. That was a line drive home run going off the bat. Herndon scores. Parrish scores. The Tigers have come back from the second straight game down 5-1 and now lead it 9-7. No question about that one. Downing Jason. That was a fool's errand, and so Lance Parrish makes it 9-7. And the Tigers now are 6 outs away from being the first 30-win team in 1982. Tom Brookins is 0 for 2. He has walked, struck out, scored, and drove in a run. Hassler delivers. There's a ground ball to third. The Sensei long to Peru. For the out. Thank goodness for Southern California there was not all constant sports talk radio in 1982 because my God, the Angels better to do this now in late May than in September, but if the White Sox win their game today and this holds, they're now tied for first. It was a 5-game lead a week ago. Alan Trammell is 1 for 2. He is single and driven in 2. Pitch from Hassler. That's a base hit left side. Downing picks it up. And so 9-7 Detroit. Trammell on first for Whittaker is 1 for 2. Solo shot for him. And he scored twice. Hassler delivered up the middle. Rich to Foley for 1. And that's it. Trammell didn't do a roll block, but there was no throw. And with 2 out, Whittaker 6 on first on the 4-6 fielder's choice. So here's Lemon. Hassler's going to barely survive this inning on 28 pitches. Lemon is 1 for 2. He has walked twice and driven in a run. Lemon, ground ball to third. The Sensei over to Grinch, and it's a fielder's choice to retire the side. But the Tigers take the lead on 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors. We go to the 8th. It's Detroit 9, California 7. So the Sensei, Foley, and Ferguson to face Pashnik here in the top of the 8th. Yeah, that's a wow. That qualifies as a wow. The Sensei is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Pashnik delivers. Fly ball to shallow right. Lemon makes a diving, tagging stop on the wet grass. What a great play by Lemon. 1 out for Foley, who was 1 for 3. He has singled and scored. Pashnik's pitch. There's a base hit in the left field. Everyone tried to converge on it, and it just fell in between Herndon and Trammell. And so a 1-out single, and now Joe Ferguson is a tying run. He doubled and scored his last time up. D. Scott Howard. Oh, how you doing? So the Angels, for the second consecutive game, we did not do the Friday night game, blew a 5-1 lead. They did the 5-1 blow last night, lost 6-5. That was played by the computer. They were up 6-1 today in the 5th. And they're now down 9-7. In fact, they chased Jack Morris. That's how well they were doing. And like a dress on prom night, it all came undone. Pitch to Ferguson. Line drive foul. Third base side. So the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch to Ferguson. Gets away from Parrish. Foley moves up to second on the wild pitch. And so it's a full count. Ferguson is not walked. He has struck out 7 times in the replay. Here's the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Whittaker to Capel for the out. Foley on third. 2 out for Brian Downing. Downing is singled, doubled, driven in 2, scored, and walked. Try to get the one-liners in once in a while. So Downing is there. Downing at the plate. Tying run. In the ninth, it's going to be, well, we'll see. The heart of the California lineup's coming up. Pashnik delivers, Downing right back up the middle. Throw to first in time. And so it's all for naught. Pashnik wipes his brow in the sigh of relief. We go to the bottom of the eighth. No runs, one hit. And nowhere. 7.5 in the books. Tigers 9, Angels 7. So Cabell, Gibson, and Ivy to face Andy Hassler. At least to start the inning. Hassler is going to get charged with the loss, I would think. And Pashnik would be the pitcher of record. Pitch to Cabell. Got him. 0-2 curve, swung on and missed. So that's the first strikeout for Hassler. 1 out for Gibby, who was 1 for 3. He singled, walked, and scored. And he draws another walk. And again, Mock isn't coming out to get Hassler. Hassler kind of looks towards the dugout. Mock is talking to somebody else. Here's Ivy. Mike is 0 for 4. Gibby on first. 1 out, bottom of the eighth. 9-7 Tigers. Hassler delivers. Popped up left side to Sensei by the dugout. Nope. A photographer from the Detroit Free Press got that one. 7 runs, 10 hits, an error, and 6 left on for the Angels. 9 runs on 9 hits, no errors, and 7 stranded so far for the Tigers. Ivy's 0 for 4. Here's the pitch. Ground ball foul. First base side. The count is 0-2. Turned into Follow and then Lance Parrish. Hassler. Ground ball to short. Foley to Gritch for 1 over to Carew. Got him! Double play, and that's the inning. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the ninth. Tigers 9, Angels 7. Out comes Pashnik, I think. Lefty, righty, lefty. Devin Saucier, who becomes a starter in about 10 days. But tonight, with the lefty, righty, lefty's going to close. This is his 9th appearance on the year. He's only with the Tigers through the 25th of July. Last time out was 8 days ago. Inning in the third against the Twins. 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 1, struck out 1, no decision. 15 innings, 15 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. He has walked 12, or walked 10 and struck out 12. He has a save already. And with lefty, righty, lefty, it's a logical choice. Ron Carew is 1 for 4. He has singled, struck out, and driven in a run. 9-7 Tigers. Thank you, Stuart. Welcome to the chat. Carew lines this one into left, and the tying run is at the plate in Bobby Gritch. Bobby is 1 for 4. He put one off the pillar in right center. And the straw that's busy stirring the martini is on deck in Reggie Jackson. Saucier is ready. Here we go. Ball 4. And so the tying run is on base. Morning, DJ John. How are you? The go-ahead run is at the plate, and Reggie Jackson, he is 2 for 3. He has doubled, and his home run helped propel California to a big lead early. And so he's ready. He's a .260 hitter against lefties. Saucier delivers. Ball 4. And Sparky's going to come get him. You can't. Parrish didn't like the call. It's a full count pitch. So for Don Baylor, now you got to look and say, well, how am I going to get through this? The bases are loaded. Dave Tobit could conceivably pitch. He threw 38 yesterday. And that's who Sparky's going to entrust. It's Dave Tobit coming in. We got a pitching change. This game's coming to you from Tiger Stadium in Detroit. Tobin, in his 7th appearance of the year, has not allowed an earned run in the month of May. Last pitch last night got the win and that amazing Tiger comeback. 2 2/3 innings. He allowed a walk and struck out 1. Overall, 15 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. He has walked 2 and struck out 9. There is nobody out. They will play halfway. A run doesn't hurt them. If they can trade 2 for the price of 1, they would take that in a heartbeat. Carew, the 8th run at 3rd. Grich, the tying run at 2nd. And Reggie Jackson, the go-ahead run at 1st. Don Baylor has a 3.4% chance of poking one out of here. Here's the pitch from Tobin. Got him! He chased an 0-2 pitch out of the zone, 1 away. And they're breathing. That was a big one here. So now a double play wins the game for Detroit. Freddie Lynn is 1 for 2. He has singled, walked twice, and scored. If you missed it last night, I actually played. Mark here in the chat earlier requested a U.S. and USSR from the 1980 Olympics. So that's up on the channel from last night if you missed it. So here's Tobin, and here's Lynn. Freddie's ready. Tobin gets his sign. Works from the stretch. There it comes. Lynn, liner up the middle. Gibby got it. It was a dying quail, and Gibby rode the horse, and nobody moves up. And so now it's Doug DeCinces, who is 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Carew, Grich, and Jackson on base. 2 bases loaded, 2 outs. Top of the 9th. 9-7 Tigers. Tobin from the line. Gets away from Parrish, and Carew will score. Everybody moves up 90. And now what do you do? The tying run is on 3rd. The go-ahead run is on 2nd. And the count is 2-2. Do you walk him here? Tim Foley's on deck. And he's 2 for 4. Oh, okay. Look for that on Rob's channel. So Tobic is ready. Parrish is ready. They're going to pitch to DeCinces. He had 30 home runs on the year, but he's only really got 1 pitch to do it. Here we go. Got him! He flips at a 2-2 pitch on the inside corner. The Tigers survive 9-8. Oh my goodness. The Tigers hang on. Wow. All right. Sip of coffee. And we'll tell you about it. 8 runs, 11 hits for the Angels with an error. 9 runs and 9 hits. And the Tigers are the first team in baseball to climb across that 30-win plateau. They are 30-8. And for the second straight day, the Angels blow a huge lead. Reggie Jackson, a 2-run shot in the first to make it 2-0. Brian Downing doubled home 2 in the second to make it 4-0. Alan Trammell singled home Lance Parrish to make it 4-1. Then California got up on a Bobby Grich homer to make it 5-1. Don Baylor on a sac fly to make it 6-1. And then back came the Tigers. Lou Whitaker solo shot 6-2. Rod Carew chased out Jack Morris. He singled home Joe Ferguson to make it 7-2. And then came the inning that Tiger fans will remember as long as it takes them to stay awake. They sent 11 to the plate. Tom Brookins scored, hit a grounder, and there was an error by Carew to make it 7-3. Alan Trammell sac fly made it 7-4. Chet Lemon walked home Lance Parrish to make it 7-5. And then Enos Cabell singled to tie the game at 7. Then in the 7th, Lance Parrish put the Tigers up on his 4th of the year, a 2-run shot. Then California had the tying runs on and nobody out. They even got Rod Carew home on a wild pitch, and that was it. Wow. So Passionate gets the win. He goes to 5-1, 2 in the 3rd innings, 2 hits, and that's it. And Dave Tobick picks up the save after Saucier almost did nasty things with the dog. Andy Hassler takes the loss. He goes to 2-1. And so there's lots of finger pointing, I think, in the Angels dugout now. Here's the batting boxes. I mean, look what the Angels did. They put 11 hits on the board and 8 runs and lose. It took 3 out. No, it didn't. Not even close. Won't even go there. Dave Tobick, who came in with the bases loaded and shut down the Angels, even with the wild pitches, your Miller Lite MVP. All right. Now the rest of the day in baseball. Yeah, the Tigers did earn their stripes today, didn't they? And DJ John, I don't know when you came in, but you came in at the right time because the Angels were up 6-1 and blew it. Okay, so the 2 games that we did Saturday-wise, Philadelphia beat Atlanta 10-3. Mike Schmidt 4 for 4 with 5 RBI and 2 doubles. That was the Wednesday game. Oakland beat Boston 5-1. McLaughlin with a win. Davey Lopes hit a 6-homer and 2 for 5 on the afternoon. Toronto beat Baltimore. We'll have that doubleheader next week, next Thursday at noon in Baltimore between the Blue Jays and the Orioles. Dave Stieb goes to 6-2. Beat Danny Martinez. Dave Revering with his first homer of the year and drove in 2. Milwaukee beat Seattle 2-1 and 10. Raleigh Fingers goes to 5-2. Ben Ogilvie with 2 homers. He now has 10 on the year. San Francisco beat Chicago 6-4. Gary Lavelle 8-2, all out of the pen. Craig Mitten with his 12th save. Night games, Reds beat the Expos 4-3. Jim Kern with his 4th win. Yankees over the Twins 6-3. Dave Righetti goes to 3-2. Willie Randolph 2 for 3 in that one. Royals beat the Rangers 5-4. Larry Gura goes to 3-4. George Brett with his 4th of the year. Mets beat the Astros 5-2. Pete Falcone goes to 3-1. Nolan Ryan's only 3-5. Dave Kingman on his 22nd of May now has 19 home runs. White Sox cannot take advantage of the Angels' choke job. Cleveland, who's now 12-26, beats them 3-1. John Denny now 3-2. Dodgers and Cardinals on the coast. LA wins 5-4. Ted Power goes 4-0. Keith Hernandez 2 for 2. And Pittsburgh beats San Diego in 10 5-4. Romo with the win 1-1. Rupert Jones with 2 homers and 3 RBI. All right. As we leave you, you can take a look at all the standings and leaders in baseball. Gary Lavelli out of the pen now that was his 8th win of the year. Damaso Garcia for the Blue Jays is hitting .412. Like I said, the White Sox could not gain on California, but Kansas City and Oakland have. In the West, National League West, the Dodgers by 5 over San Francisco and 6.5 over Atlanta. And Montreal holds a 6-game bulge over Pittsburgh and St. Louis. Detroit by 6 over Baltimore. And you got to wonder, when's Detroit going to fall apart? Because 6 is a lot. It's not as much that Baltimore's going to need some help. Detroit can't play 789 ball forever. Okay, so baseball next week. It'll be everything hopefully at their regularly scheduled times. It'll be the Dodgers and Pirates from Three Rivers on Tuesday at noon. The primetime game from Saturday will be the Dodgers and Cubs from Wrigley. Yes, it's an oxymoron, nighttime at a daytime stadium. And then Thursday, it's a doubleheader. Toronto and Baltimore play those games at noon. So, on tomorrow's stream, by the way, will be basketball, the Lakers and the Kings from Los Angeles. So either we'll have a chat with Al or we'll have some late night entertainment for you on this channel. Until then, I'm Ron Chuckett. For Retro Sports Network, we'll talk to you the next time. Smash that like button, and thank you so much for watching.